Solitaire, one of the world's most popular card games for the desperately lonely and those who meant to click on Minesweeper. It roots its origins in the mid-18th century amid a German compendium of parlour games, rising in further European prominence over the course of the 1800s. It was reportedly a favourite of Napoleon and Prince Albert, and was one of the first card and tile games to jump into home computing on the Commodore 64 in 1983's Patience. The rules have many variants, but its most widely played incarnation is simple. Deal 7 stacks of cards numbering 1 through 7, each containing as many cards and each with their top card facing up. Your goal is to separate the cards into their 4 suits by revealing them using the remainder of the deck, but you only get to lay a card if it's of an immediately lower value and an alternating colour. Once you find an ace, you can start removing cards from the game, but be careful not to fuck yourself if you need to put down a lower value card later on, because believe you me, Solitaire doesn't need a bit of help fucking you in the arse until you shit blood. Here's a fucking game where half the time, because of the way the cards are dealt, it's impossible to win. Not that you know that until it's spent 5 minutes prick teasing you, only to pull the rug out from under you and stamp on your bollocks while you're down. Restart. Why would I want to restart a game? I can't bloody win, you dick. Look at this startup. You ever see this startup where it's all one colour suit? You turn yourself around and walk the fuck away because you're already so beyond being rammed up the chuff pipe that somewhere in a parallel dimension an alternate you is being rushed to hospital with crippling rectal spasms. On the other hand, when you do finally beat a round of this cruel bullshit artist of a game, the unique brand of dopamine that your brain releases as you behold the cards systematically jumping to their deaths in bewildered defeat can only be compared to great sex or legit performing the raging demon in a bar fight. So, with a game as rich in history and diverse in its player base as Solitaire, why not slap some fucking zombies on it and milk its tits out for all the $4.99 you can get from Steam? Zombies are like the modern day Beatles after all. Eventually everything you know and love will be assimilated by them, or at least empty plastic caricatures of them, so why not? Jesus was a zombie, as the edgy kids that hang around by the trash compactor outside my work like to advertise across their t-shirts, apparently too far under the influence of paint fumes to recognise the difference between a zombie, a demigod, and hopefully sometime soon their probation officers. Besides, if we're getting technical, Jesus is really more of a revenant, or a lich king. To its credit, Zombie Solitaire has put a little more effort in than merely slapping a bunch of walking corpses all over a near 3-century-old parlour game. For starters, the rules have been overhauled to both simplify and ease the frustrations of the traditional variant. You don't have to build stacks or even pay attention to suit colour anymore. So long as a card's value is to the immediate side of the one you're trying to lay it on, Zombie Solitaire will let it slide. You don't even have to wipe out every card on the board to pass a stage, although doing so will net you the best rating for the stage if you care about that sort of crap. All you need to do is whittle the deck down to the minimum amount shown on the zombie counter. As you play, the game encourages you to build chains and combos, which will pump up your bonus meter and gold coins count. What are the coins for? I'm so glad you asked, it really shows you care. Between stages you can visit the shop and purchase power cards to help you out, and fuck me do they. Zombie Solitaire isn't what you'd call a difficult game to begin with, but these cards, while being a fun mechanic, are so ridiculously overpowered that it makes actually playing the game basically pointless. About to run out of cards? Fuck it, have some more. Look at all these bastards messing up your run. What a drag, eh? Not anymore! Get you gone, zombies, get you gone! In fact, why mess about? Why bother even attempting a hand when you can just nuke the entire motherfucking level? There you go. There's a power card that wins the round for you. I mean, fair enough, they at least made that one kind of expensive, but you rack up coins so quickly in Zombie Solitaire that if a stage is giving you any grief at all, you've always got the option to pop in here and breeze through it. Now, I mean, is that a bad thing? Can that be viewed in the same light as a beginner difficulty option? Because you do have the choice to never buy any of these veritable doomsday weapons, but then again the game doesn't penalise you for using them. You get just as good a rating if you wipe out the entire board with sudden strike as you would if you played legitimately, which is really going to piss you off if you're the type of person that gives two shits about leaderboards. I guess the game could at least mock you a little for it, like it does if you miss an opportunity to lay a card. Look at that minor sway there. That's zombie solitaire saying, "Right here, dipshits. What are you, blind? You having trouble with your counting today, you big dumb fuck? You carry on. We got power-ups in the store for you, dickhead. Don't you piss your precious little nappy about it." The game pushes on for 103 levels and follows a loose story about an outbreak caused by a tofu burger from which you're trying to escape by chartering a boat to a desert island. Before you move to a new area, you get to solve a childishly easy point-and-click puzzle, which, you know, it's nice that they tried to break up the onslaught of 103 rounds of solitaire with something, but it's like, oh no, whatever shall I break the factory window with? It couldn't be these rocks? Oh my gosh, hooray, woohoo, here. So yeah, it's hardly Monkey Island or anything. Once you make it to your desert paradise, everyone parties to some sweet Sega Genesis era stock music. And you all eat more infected tofu burgers because, I don't know, comedy? I think that's how humour works sometimes. I'm not sure. I lost my ability to laugh in a fight with a horse. The game's fine. You know, probably a nice title to let your nan play or kill 5 minutes on while you're waiting for the bus. I personally play Ninja Gaiden on public transport. It makes me look angry enough that nobody will come and sit next to me or ask to see me ticket, and my frequent howls of rage prompt the bus driver to cut more red lights than he normally would, shaving an impressive amount of time off the journey. There you go, you can have that one for free. I'm not just your go-to crusader for all your horror gaming needs, lovelies. I'm your life coach too.